it is here. So I'm very excited and thankful to everyone who was part of the process. I'll acknowledge lots of folks later. I want to stop and first thank Dr. Reverend Joe Blosser here at High Point University, who is our coordinator and our host here. He is the executive director of the Center for Community Engagement. I also want to thank Samantha Graham. She's the Innovative Engagement Program Manager for the NC State Office of Outreach and Engagement. So thank you, to your team, everyone that had a part in serving as host sites. Obviously tech, catering, thank you to our tech folks and everyone who had a hand in this. I also want to acknowledge and thank Ladarius Thompson. Ladarius, wave. I think you all may recall, Queens was going to be a third site, Queens University of Charlotte. We determined, based on staff capacity and other things, we needed just 2 sites. So we consolidated. So I'm grateful to the folks from Charlotte who still drove up to be with us today. And I thank you for your willingness to host us, despite the fact that we weren't able to have that site up and running. I want to give an extra special thanks to the NC Campus Engagement team. How many of you have been to an NC Campus Engagement event? Previously NC Campus Compact. I don't know how aware you are that the most staff that we've had probably in a decade has been 4. So we do everything that we do. I call us small but mighty. So Renee Summers is in the back. She's our program assistant. Many of you have heard her. You've gotten emails. Renee is here. At our NC State site, so I want you all to give it up. Wave. Hannah Fraser, our Vista leader, helped coordinate from our staff there. And we also have Dr. Patty Clayton, who is our scholar in residence, who's supporting Hannah at the NC State site. So while I'm on this path, NC State, please wave at us. Let us know you're here. Yay! Okay, now High Point. Wave at them. All right, so this was a crazy vision that we would simulcast and do things live, but thankfully the technology accommodates it. So we're excited to be able to do this today. As you can see from the agenda, our intention is to sort of have some time together as a site, and then we'll simulcast together kind of throughout the afternoon. If you're able to stay the whole time, we invite you to stay. We've got different games. We've got a live trivia game, and some other things that will be down the road on our agenda. Obviously, if you have to go, we ask that you take your gift bag as a thank you for being here, but please stay as long as you can. So there are resource drawings at both sites. There are human bingo games. There's photo booths that are happening all the time. And we have a soundtrack that we created specifically for the occasion. You'll hear songs like Celebrate. You'll hear songs like Better Together. You'll hear songs like How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. So we especially made it so that you all know how much we appreciate you and how excited we are for this moment. If you'd like a copy of that playlist on Spotify, let us know. So I want to pause and acknowledge we do have one of our presidents with us. Just a reminder, North Carolina Campus Engagement will continue to be a presidential organization. What that means is, from our beginning 20 years ago, we invite presidents and chancellors to join on behalf of their institution. They identify who the liaisons, the folks on the ground are doing the work in community and civic engagement, those in the room, most of you, and we work with you to continue to deepen, strengthen, and expand the work. And so we have with us today, this is actually his last week on our executive board, the president of Alamance Community College, Algie Gatewood. Thank you, Dr. Gatewood. I want to publicly acknowledge, he actually came up with our new name. Many of you know, we had a long process, right? We sent out surveys, we had conversations with our advisory council, we had discussions at our regional network meetings, and we were getting a little complicated, right? We're campus community engagement partnerships for America. I mean, we were just really going places, right? Dreaming. And we were talking about, but the essence of it is engagement with our campuses, with our communities. And we were batting around all these names. And Dr. Gatewood said, how about North Carolina campus engagement? And it clicked. So we want to honor you and thank you for that. I'm so glad you're with us today. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get the party started. First, I would like to introduce Dr. Angela Bauer, the Vice President of Academic Affairs here at High Point University. Thanks again for being our host site for the Central Region. And Dr. Bauer.
Thank you, Leslie. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of High Point University and our president, Dr. Nido Qubein, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome all of you to the North Carolina Campus Engagement Launch Party. We are thrilled to host an event and an organization that honors a central tenet of our liberal arts mission here at High Point University, which is to prepare students to live lives of significance, not only as competent professionals, but also as engaged citizens who give back to their communities. We're really proud of how our campus track record of community engagement reflects the fact that High Point University is High Point's university. Over the past year, our students, faculty, and staff have participated in over 500,000 hours of community engagement. Additionally, High Point University has donated over $3 million to local nonprofit organizations. Through President Quebein's leadership within the High Point community, over $20 million has been invested in downtown revitalization. And as we look to the future, we anticipate additional opportunities for our campus to address our community's healthcare needs as we prepare to launch graduate programs in dental medicine, healthcare administration, optometry, and nursing. Educating students in civic and social responsibility is no small task, as all of you, I'm sure, are keenly aware. Faculty who incorporate community engagement opportunities into their courses commit to many additional hours of course preparation as they consider community needs that are relevant to their course content, identify community organizations with whom they can successfully partner, and prepare their students to apply the theory that they've learned in the classroom within a real-world context. Having taught a service learning course in women's biology for several years, I'm well aware of the added responsibilities associated with service learning courses. Thus, I laud your efforts, and especially I want to recognize Dr. Joe Blosser and his contributions on our campus to continue to provide these transformative experiences for our students, which will continue to strengthen our communities and our democracy for the foreseeable future. So thank you for your commitment to our students and to our communities, and also to NCCE. And now I'd like to share with you a welcome message from our president, Dr. Nido Qubein. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Nido Qubein, and I want to congratulate the new initiative, North Carolina Campus Engagement. The future is filled with possibilities that are focused on serving people, taking good care of the needs of the people of North Carolina. The future that engages so many of our students across the state on so many campuses and directing them to do that which is good. Do more, be more, serve more, give more. So congratulations on this new direction. It is going to be amazing. I have been so privileged to be associated with this organization, North Carolina Campus Engagement now, for a number of years. I've always had a tremendous amount of pride to be invested and involved with talented people like Leslie and her staff, with board chairs that we have had, and I'm so grateful for all the campus leadership that believes in this cause and that supports it year in and year out. Congratulations. May God bless us all, and may our future be filled with success and framed with significance.
Thank you, Dr. Bauer. Thank you to President Qubein. And now, since we have Dr. Lugo ready to go, I am going to introduce President Dan Lugo. He's the president of Queen's University of Charlotte. He also currently serves on our executive board. Dr. Lugo?
Well, thank you, friends. And I am so sorry that we weren't able to welcome folks to Queen's here in Charlotte, North Carolina. But I think the strategy of consolidating our efforts is wise, and it looks like we are having incredible events on the campus of High Point University and NC State. So my warmest greetings to everyone as we celebrate this really momentous occasion of launching and renewing our commitment to service learning, civic engagement, and impacting our communities. North Carolina campus engagement. What an exciting undertaking and an amazing mission. Leslie, you acknowledge Ladarius Thompson. I want to underline that and thank him for all the work that he is doing on our campus to work with our faculty to make service learning and civic engagement a greater part of all of our students' experience as they learn how to apply what they learn in the classroom to make our world a better place. And then I would be remiss without acknowledging the incredible leadership of Leslie Garvin. A big part of the reason why we were among all of the campus compacts, a shining example of how the state should function is because of the impact that Leslie Garvin makes on this work, on the executive committee, and how she elevates civic engagement to a whole nother level. I'd like to congratulate and thank the members of the executive committee that worked so hard day in and week and months and years, collaboratively thinking of the direction of this important group, and also for the debates that went back and forth around all of the branding and marketing that is now being unveiled. And it has been a joy to work with my colleagues on the executive board since 2020. So these years have gone quickly. I'm looking forward to working under this next brand really powerfully. And Queens has already renewed our membership now to North Carolina Campus Engagement for the 2022-2023 academic year. And I think this demonstrates our excitement and commitment to this bold new direction. And it's really in our DNA to care about community engagement and connecting our students, our curricula to the world. Our motto is not to be served, but to serve. And even if your university or college motto is not directly about service, we all know that this work is so incredibly important. This moment actually kind of takes me back to the President's Forum that we had this past February, where we had a really riveting keynote address from Eric Liu, the CEO of Citizen University. And as Liu highlighted, our nation is really facing a crisis in our civic culture. And our work that we now do through North Carolina Campus Engagement is connected deeply to the charge that he brought clearly to our attention. Engagement going forward connects our mission of educating strong citizens for our democracy. And at especially serious times, like the one that we are experiencing right now, we absolutely cannot take democracy for granted. And that's why Queens is so committed to this work and to this consortium. So I offer my deepest heartfelt thanks to my colleagues on the executive committee, to all of our institutions across our great state of North Carolina. And we hope that we will grow together, that we'll add more institutions to this work under this incredible new brand at this time. So congratulations to everyone that's tuning in virtually, that's on the campuses of North Carolina State and High Point University. And let's together make North Carolina Campus Engagement the best organization that we could ever imagine. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, and thank you for your service on our board. Now we are going to go to NC State, and we are going to hear from Dr. Kwesi Brookins, the Interim Vice Provost of University Outreach and Engagement, and Director of the Center for Family and Community Engagement at NC State. Dr. Brookins.
I'm excited. Thank you, Leslie. And thank you all for coming. I love the crowd. We are so excited to serve as this, I think is the Eastern Region host for the North Carolina Campus Engagement Launch Party. And we always like parties, particularly in educational settings, although I guess I shouldn't say that. On behalf of Chancellor Woodson and Provost Arden, we welcome you to NC State University. I and we are always excited to be involved with anything and everything engagement related. Our university's civic action plan that was sparked by the National Campus Compact now serves as the strategic plan for our University Office of Outreach and Engagement. As we promote, connect, and support those who do engagement in the academic space and beyond, it overlaps well and fits well with the new North Carolina Campus Engagement Vision, which is grounded in leadership, engagement, and democracy. A lot of our civic engagement work, particularly with students, extends from our Division of Academic and Social and Student Affairs, but particularly from our Office of Student Leadership and Engagement. We have representatives here from that office who work with us to bring this event to North Carolina State. So we want to thank you for that as well, Brian and Melissa in particular. We are involved at the national level with the Research University Civic Engagement Networks. And over the last 2-3 years, there have been sustained conversations around education and democracy, and what is the role of universities, and particularly research universities, in that space. And there have been some very important conversations, and we hope that that results in us extending in more critical ways how we engage students, how we engage students with our community, how we engage faculty with our community, and particularly given what was mentioned earlier with the challenges to our democratic society today. We are also excited to be in the physical and virtual room on the ground in this important moment that builds on the tremendous work of, I'm going to call it for the last time, North Carolina Campus Compact, that tremendous work that has been done over the years, and all of the engaged universities that have contributed to that work. It sets a firm foundation for what is to come, and as I mentioned, I love the 2020 Vision campaign, honoring the past and investing in the future, and perhaps most importantly, I think the logo is pretty cool. Here with us today are a number of representatives, I think, from all of the universities who, and I'm going to shout them out because I think I had a chance to welcome all of you here. If I didn't, I'm going to get around to you eventually. And so when I call out the university name, you can shout. Let's see how much how loud you can get. So first on my list, Duke University. Fayetteville State University. we shout with you. North Carolina Central University. There you go. See, you got the pom-poms and everything. See, y'all can pick up the pom-poms. North Carolina Independent Colleges and Universities. I know we got a representative there. NC State University. Y'all better represent. NC Purge, I think I said that right, North Carolina Public Interest Research Group. UNC Greensboro. UNC Wilmington, I know we got back there. UNC Chapel Hill. All right. And Wake Tech Community College. I know we have at least one representative from Wake Tech. There you go. She's got a little NC State pedigree as well, so you get to celebrate twice. There you go. And did I miss anyone who was not on our list? Any university or organization? Well, we appreciate you. And the last thing I want to do, Leslie, is, if I may take the privilege as host, is I've been walking around talking with folk, and all of us, it's been difficult to get North Carolina Campus Compact out of our brains. So what I would like us to do collectively is, on the count of three, I want everybody to say North Carolina Campus Engagement. And when you do that, I want you to clap once. And I would like everybody at High Point to do the same thing so we can connect ourselves and feel the vibration of all of that as we connect with each other. You ready? Yes. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. North Carolina Campus Engagement. There you go. One more time. North Carolina Campus Engagement. One more time. North Carolina Campus Engagement. Thank you so much, and welcome to NC State. And thank you, Leslie. I want to personally thank you for your leadership over the years and all of this. We very much appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Okay, the challenge has been accepted. I am now going to introduce the campuses here. So we're going to be even louder. Okay, we have Alamance Community College. Woo! We have Central Piedmont Community College. Davidson Davie Community College. Elon University. North Carolina A&T State University. Piedmont Community College. Did they make it? Oh, that's all right. They're here in spirit. Queens University of Charlotte. UNC Charlotte. Okay, let's help Mark. Woo! And Winston-Salem State University. Maybe didn't make it here in spirit. And we also have UNC Greensboro. All right, I want to thank you all so much for being with us and celebrating with us. Thank you, Dr. Brookins. Thank you, Dr. Lugo. Thank you, Dr. Bauer and Dr. Qubein. And of course, we are just so grateful for your presence. We are going to sign off for about 10 minutes and play some local games, and then we'll reconnect. Thank you all. All right, so I am going to announce the winners of who's in the room from NC State. Our winners were Maria Ayala, Ruby Messick, Kia Farmer, Katie Craig, and Melissa Lyon. Here at our site, the winners were Kristen Medlin, Lynn Watts, Sherelle Wofford, and Casey Tyndale. Did I miss any of our winners? Okay. All right. So now I am very excited that not only are we launching our new organization, we are in fact launching our new vision. So up until this point, for 20 years, we've had a bold mission. We have not had a vision, and we have not articulated our values. And so so when you arrived, you all received a history document. I want to acknowledge Dr. Patty Clayton, who's over at NC State, who we acknowledged earlier from our team. And I also want to acknowledge Kristen Medlin from the Collaboratory, who actually helped us create a way of telling the story of engagement that predates all of us. North Carolina really is a place where the roots are deep around commitments to higher education, being a source of community change and of upward mobility. And so if you read that document, it will tell you this long story, everything from civil rights engagement and beyond, the creation of our community college system, just lots of points along the way Then, of course, I talked about our predecessor, NC Campus Volunteers, where folks came together in 1993 and said, hey, there's something happening on our campuses. Everybody's doing volunteerism. So they formed a coalition and then became North Carolina Campus Compact. Now we're North Carolina Campus Engagement. So we hope that you'll take that document. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in it, and take it with you and learn about that history and how you're part of it. I also want to acknowledge a couple of folks who have helped guide this process for a while now, and those are folks from our advisory council. This is a group of community engagement professionals who work with us regularly to help guide and advise us. And so here we have at our site, Bob Frigo and Joe Blosser. We also have at the other side, Stacy Blount from Fayetteville State University. Bob's from Elon, by the way. Joe's from HPU. We have Ryan Nielsen from Chapel Hill, UNC Chapel Hill, and Christina Gage from UNC Greensboro, who are part of our advisory council. I'm also pleased to announce we are seeking new advisory council members. And on our brand new website, northcarolinacampisengagement.org, on the homepage, you can find the link to apply. So there's already actionable items on our brand new website. I also want to acknowledge our AmeriCorps Vista members. This is our longest running program. We, again, Campus Compact North Carolina started in 2002. In 2003, we started our AmeriCorps Vista project. And so we've been around quite a while, helping young folks, mostly recent college graduates who are committed to alleviating poverty. Specifically, we have two corps, the Hunger Corps and the After School Corps. And so we are also on our new website, still recruiting Vista members for this academic year. I'm putting in all my commercials today. But I do want to acknowledge our Vistas that are with us. We are fortunate that we have Laura Managrasso. She is our Vista at Alamance Community College. And this is one of those moments when you wish you did your shout out before her president left. So at NC State, we have Maddie Smith, Marguerite Leak, Mitchell Moravec, and Ellie Thompson and Hannah Fraser are Vista leaders. So thank you to our AmeriCorps Vistas. Great. Yay. And I also want to acknowledge that High Point University for several years was part of our AmeriCorps Vista project and had a few of our Vistas. And then they transitioned to hosting their own AmeriCorps Vista project, where they have a cohort of Vistas every year that are specifically serving the High Point community. And we have several of those Vistas with us. So congratulations for dedicating a year of service to help the community. So congrats to all our Vistas. Okay, so now it's time for our new vision. We're calling it Vision 2025. It's going to direct our work for the next 3 years. I have a couple of visuals for you to sort of see the direction. So this 3-year vision has been created over the last 4 months. It started at our PACE conference. We actually had a session where we invited all our campuses in our network to give us suggestions and ideas based on a couple of prompts. Then we had an incredible group of community engagement professionals who met with us between February and May in a series of virtual meetings to create the vision. So we have with us here at our site, Sonalini Sapra from UNC Greensboro, Lynn Watts, Davidson Davie Community College. And then at the other side, we have Ruby Messick from North Carolina Central University. And I feel like I'm missing someone. Is there someone in the room who also was part of our visioning team? Okay, thank you. Let's give them a hand for dedicating this much time. And so this, I'm holding up, I don't know if everybody can see it, is our new vision document. You'll all receive it in your bag as you leave today. So you can take it home and have great reading for your 4th of July weekend. So first, the first slide I want to show you and remind you. First, I'll show the whole vision team. Let's do that first, even those I couldn't acknowledge. So next slide, that's the document. There it is. So that's, Joe Blosser, you were quiet back there in the back. Joe was part of our visioning team also. So these are the folks who dedicated the last couple of months to help us do this work. Our mission will remain the same. The way we're articulating it is, because you've all bought into our mission, same mission, bold new direction. So again, we are a network committed to preparing students for civic and social responsibility, partnering with our communities for positive change, and strengthening democracy. So drum roll. All right, next slide. So here's our vision. North Carolina Campus Engagement cultivates a network of North Carolina colleges and universities to advance the collaborative work of public problem solving and strengthen democracy through the transformation of people, institutions, and communities. So I want to be clear that we've always felt that our work was about community change, but we are aware that the problems have become so persistent, so deep, so challenging that we want to really raise up the idea that we're trying to solve problems. We want real impact. We want to move the needle. This is no longer, this is nice. Our work is necessary. So this idea of how do we create opportunities, programs, leadership initiatives for students where they are looking at the problems of democracy and helping solve them. One thing that I'm excited to share is we did recently receive funding to create what we're calling redesigning democracy competition. What's going to happen is we're going to invite teams of campuses from our network, our 38 campus network, to come to campus. And for 2 days, we are going to look at very specific issues in our democracy. We are leaning towards our first one being the voting process. So what are some of the options that are out there, right? There's ranked choice voting. There's all sorts of other ways to think differerly. There's online voter registration that's universal. And we want students to see themselves as problem solvers around some of these big issues. So that's what we mean when we say public problem solving. We also, this movement of higher education, community and civic engagement, I've had the privilege of speaking to some of the pioneers, right? These are folks in the 60s and 70s at universities where everyone was saying, this is not what we do. We educate students for careers. And they fought and said, no, higher ed has to be transformed. Society has to be transformed by preparing students for citizenship and public problem solving. We haven't leaned into that as much as we wish we had over the years. And now we want to talk about transforming institutions. It's not enough for us to do good service work, to put Band-Aids on the problems. It's time for us to get to the root and start solving problems together as higher education. We're a key stakeholder, we're anchor institutions, and we have great work that we can do. So we're excited about this bold new vision. Our advisory council is going to be helping us realize how we take action on this. Reminder that on our new website, nccampuscompact.org, we are currently seeking advisory council members. So if you want to be part of helping shape this new direction, please apply.
That's not nccampuscompact.org.
Oops. nccampusengagement.org. Thanks, Dr. Brookins. We're going to have to lean into, okay, let's all say it together. nccampusengagement.org. Clap. Okay. We also have really believed that our work was guided with our values at the forefront. We just never articulated them. And so you'll be able to read the details. I don't want to keep all our time. But these are the four, as we worked as a visioning team to really look at the strengths, what we've accomplished over the years. We believe our values are collaboration, right? That this work has to be done collectively, that we're stronger together, all of those things that we all understand. Reciprocity. This is in the actual day-to-day work that we want all voices. When you are in your communities doing the work, everyone's voice needs to be valued, to be recognized and acknowledged, and our goals need to be in line with what our communities expect or what they desire, in addition to the outcomes that we want as higher education. Informed action. This is what we felt has always guided our work, but this is, again, back to having the data, understanding the impact that we're having, and really telling the story, right? We've been doing this collectively 20 years, and we've got to be able to tell that story so the rest of the world knows that higher education is doing this great work. And then a final, equity. I think it goes without saying, all of us are trying to be sure that our work is being done in an equitable way, not only with our communities, but as a network. We are very cognizant of the fact that some of our more resourced campuses have been able to take more advantage of what we offer as a network. And so, it is our desire to turn our attention more to some of our partners who haven't received as much attention. And that would be, in particular, our community college partners. And so we want to recommit to that work. But equity in general is one of our values we want to uplift. So these, within our visioning process, we did want to come up with at least 2 goals to help sustain the work. These are not the action steps to really realize those values in the vision, but these are 2 things that we really leaned into. And so one of those is expanding civic and community engagement. So you can read in the vision document some of the things that fall under that. I'll just highlight 1 or 2. I'll pull a few out here. One of those is administrative engagement. So we've been a presidential organization. We've been a staff and faculty organization. We haven't done as much work with administrators like deans and provosts and others who we know really help set the vision on many campuses around how the work should be lived out. We want to do more incentivization. We think it's a word, so we're using it. And that is to help faculty in particular be more recognized for the value and quality of this sort of work in tenure and those kind of things. We want to help our network demonstrate impact. We've got to be able to tell the story of changes that we're making. And then the organizational growth and fiscal sustainability goes without saying that we need to continue as an organization to build our staff, to build our funding, and this fall, our advisory council is going to help develop some goals, but I want to invite you all to partner with us in this bold new direction, in this vision, and in these values. And so that's our vision. And to invest in the fiscal sustainability of our network. You'll see on the tables, we have like 2 cards, but everyone has one in their packet to leave. Today, we are launching our 2020 Vision campaign. What this means is we want to honor the past, the 20 years we've been together, and invest in the next 20 years. We're inviting folks to donate $40 if you believe in our work. And there's a QR code where you can just scan it and go in and pay right on the spot, and or you can go and visit the Alamance Community Foundation website. Our special interest endowment is where your funds will go to support our work. This fund was actually started by President Nido Qubein at our President's Forum in 2017. He said, we need to challenge ourselves to keep this work going collectively if we believe in it. And so it, again, is housed at the Alamance Community Foundation. And this is unrestricted funds that help support our work, and it's invested into the endowment. So 2020, $40 is what we're inviting you to invest into our future to help grow our endowment. And so my last slide is nccampisengagement.org. So our new website is out and it is ready. We want to thank Precision Marketing Partners. They're a Raleigh-based marketing firm that works specifically with nonprofits. They were referred to us by the NC Center for Nonprofits. And I think they've done a great job with our logo and our website. And so we're grateful for their partnership. And I want to acknowledge Renee Summers, who helped design most of our marketing items, and give a shout out to Canva. Who in here loves Canva? Has anybody ever used? It's the best software product maybe ever invented for folks that don't have a lot of resources. So we're grateful to them. But again, I want to invite you to invest in our vision, not just through money, but through attending our events, through speaking and presenting your work, to sharing the story together, and always giving us any ideas that you have. So thank you all. Vision 2025, take it home and read it. And we look forward to your feedback. And so we'll step away for a little while. We'll come back in about 15 minutes with our trivia game. And then we'll keep having our party. So thank you. Congratulations to the folks who won the books. Is there someone at NC State who would like to tell us who your winners were?
Ruby. It was Ruby. And Melissa. Janice. and Bree.
Great, congratulations. Our winners were Gabby, oops, nope. They won the trivia game. Gabby and Ladarius won the trivia game. Our book winners were Chloe, Kyle, Mark, and Caitlin. And who won your trivia game?
We had Mitchell and Marguerite win trivia. Both of them are Vistas.
Yay! Great. Okay, so thank you all for playing, and keep playing bingo when we're done. And we are going to announce the social media winners, and they will get, let me see here what their gift is. Candy bars with our logo. So the winners are the UNCG Office of Leadership and Engagement, woo-hoo-hoo, and Gabby Kozlowski, who also won trivia. So we are going to invite Gabby to pay it forward with her candy bar. All right, so we have with us now the Chancellor of Western Carolina University. She is the chair of our executive board. Believe it or not, she became the chair last summer and joined the board at the same time, right in the midst of us deciding to become a new organization. Her leadership has been unbelievable. She has a calm, confident presence, and she ushered us through this process. And so it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Kelli Brown.
Oh, thank you, Leslie. And hello, everyone. It's so great to see you all. I wish I could be there with you in person as part of the North Carolina Campus Engagement launch. First of all, I must say that events like this just don't happen. It takes a lot of effort from a lot of amazing people to make this happen. People like Leslie Garvin, Renee Summers, and the North Carolina Campus Compact staff. Would you all join me in recognizing the hard work of this staff? Congratulations. They have done amazing work in making this happen. So thank you all very, very much. And so it is really, really great. And all the volunteers who helped make this happen. This past year has been an opportunity to serve as the North Carolina Campus Compact Executive Board Chair, which has allowed me to thoroughly be involved in the discussions and the decision-making process as we made the transition to North Carolina Campus Compact. Being a part of these conversations and serving all the hard work, seeing all the hard work come together has made me very, very excited for the launch of North Carolina Campus Engagement and to see where it will go in the future. I am also excited to announce that Western Carolina University has already renewed our membership to North Carolina Campus Engagement for 2022-2023 academic year. And I'm looking forward to continuing this partnership to see North Carolina Campus Engagement in this bold new direction. I hope to see others follow suit. And I know many of you that are at the event today have probably already done the same as Western has. One of the reasons that I'm so excited about this work and continuing this partnership with North Carolina Campus Engagement is because of our shared commitment to the communities that we serve. This is why at Western Carolina University, we have a whole department that is dedicated to community engagement and service learning to encourage our students to get involved in the community and to strengthen our relationship between the university and the wider community. And many of you at your universities, where you have faculty and staff that recognize and value the role of outreach in their teaching, their research, and their supportive service. This is what regional comprehensive universities do. And we want our students, like you want your students, to graduate from your university knowing that they can make a difference in their community. And working with programs like North Carolina Campus Engagement help make this possible. So congratulations, North Carolina Campus Engagement and the team behind it. I wish us all the best as we continue this incredible journey in front of us and together. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Again, thank you, Chancellor Brown, for your leadership. Okay, so today we've talked about this 30-year history of our organization. And one of the key players in the story of both North Carolina Campus Volunteers and North Carolina Campus Compact is John Barnhill. He is currently the Associate Vice President for University Advancement at Elon University, but early in his career, he helped found both NCCV and NCCC. Unfortunately, he couldn't be with us today, but since he served as our first executive director from 2002 to 2006, we wanted to honor him for his vision and his passion. And so to honor him, we actually created an award in 2011, the John H. Barnhill Civic Trailblazer Award, given annually to one student from our network who has demonstrated innovation in civic engagement, worked to integrate their service into campus structures, inspired others to serve, and made a meaningful impact on campus or community. He sends his regrets, although he's on vacation, so maybe not so regretful, but he did send us some words.
Hi, I'm John Barnhill, and I'm really excited to be a part of this wonderful day. I remember North Carolina Campus Volunteers when it first started. A group of people came together and said, we want to make the state better, and so let's come together and have conferences and get students engaged. And then it became North Carolina Campus Compact, and more people got involved. And now the evolution to become North Carolina Campus Engagement is exciting to watch, and I'm really excited to hear what's going to happen next. If these 20 plus years of what's happened before is any indication of what the future holds, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. So congratulations to everybody that's been involved, and I look forward to seeing what's next. Thank you.
All right, we are also deeply indebted to Dr. Lisa King, who served as our second executive director from 2006 to 2015. She helped expand our membership, deepen our commitments to the scholarship of engagement, especially through our partnerships journal that we published for a decade. We truly appreciate all that she did for us. She lives in Oregon now. As much as she loves us, she decided she'd send her words instead of joining us. I don't know if you all have lately seen the tickets for flights. So Lisa, we're going to hear some words from her.
Hello and greetings from Washington State. I'm Lisa Keene, Executive Director of North Carolina Campus Compact from 2006 to 2014. Congratulations on becoming North Carolina Campus Engagement. For 20 years, you've sustained and deepened the work of civic and community engagement, making impacts on your campus and students' lives and in your community, state, even across the globe. I valued my time working with you for almost 8 years, telling your story. But when I look back, what I most remember is how much I learned from you and with you, how to be responsive and supportive of your communities, how to learn with and from those doing community work on a daily basis, how to implement creative solutions to new and long-term challenges in partnership, how not to give up, how to modify the work undertaken as new information and new partners evolve, and empowering students to become leaders and citizens as they gain confidence in their skills and what they can contribute. In the past few years, higher education has undergone challenges we never could have anticipated. While some aspects of higher education are permanently changed, I think community engagement has demonstrated its essential, invaluable contribution as institutions take seriously their roles in and with the community. Congratulations, you have been pioneers and continue to be as you enter this next chapter of learning together as North Carolina Campus Engagement. You've been resilient, you've been collaborative, You understand how to take on challenges with courage and boldness. I always think of you when I hear the phrase, "We are stronger together." You evidence that on a daily basis. So congratulations. I celebrate where you've been the past 20 years. Look forward to hearing the stories in this new 20 years. Wishing you all the best.
Again, we truly appreciate the leadership of John and Lisa over the years. I was privileged to be the second staff person hired in 2005 as the associate director. And so I've been with the organization in August, it'll be 17 years. So I've been able to watch us grow together, and I'm grateful for our partnership with all of you. So as we are nearing the conclusion of our time together, once we come off of this final time, we'll obviously locally figure out our bingo winners, and we have another little giveaway for the folks that stayed to the bitter end. So we encourage you to hang on with us just a little bit longer. But if now I could ask you to grab your pom-poms, grab your clappers, put a cup or a drink in your hand, because I am going to turn our program over to Dr. Smith Jackson in 2 minutes. First, you have to hear some final words from me. Before we count down to the launch, I want to acknowledge Scott Mothersbaugh and Anesu Simango. They're our photographers for today. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Anesu. Stay posted to our social media sites. Our social media handle is NC Campus Engage, not with the mint at the end, NC Campus Engage. So follow us on IG, Twitter, or Facebook. Thank you to our incredible team again for all their hard work, our executive board, our advisory council, the visioning team, all our members, partners, and friends. Thank you for taking this ride with us. Thanks again to our host sites. NC State, give it up. Woo! High Point. Woo! And I'm going to ask Renee to bring something up and have Hannah get it ready. So if Samantha Graham and Joe Blosser will come to the front in their spaces. We have a little something to show you our appreciation. Obviously, we are North Carolina Campus Engagement, fully committed to place-based work and leadership. So we have a basket of North Carolina-made products and snacks to thank you for your time and your effort. Thanks, Joe. Thank you both so much, and to your team. So be sure to share it with your team as well. Again, I want to invite you to partner with us on the 2020 Giving Campaign. Our goal is 100 donations of $40. But everyone knows I love to use quotes to start and end most of our gatherings, and I didn't start with a quote. So I've chosen two strong, brilliant women, Rosa Parks, civil rights warrior, and Rita Dove, a master poet and also a fellow Native Ohioan. As we reflect on 30 years together as a movement and look to the future, we pause and recognize the times we live in and challenges we face in our world. Each year I say it, and I truly believe it's never been more relevant that our work matters. This work that we leverage the power of higher education, its talents, resources, and knowledge to transform our world is critical and serious business. Now is the time for courage, boldness, and determination. Rosa Parks said, to bring about change, one must not be afraid to take the first step. We fail when we fail to try. Rita Dove says, courage has nothing to do with our determination to be great. It has to do with what we decide in that moment when we are called upon to be more. As we take this step together into an uncertain future and a bold new direction, may we rise up together and become the more that our times demand. We are so grateful for your partnership, your ongoing partnership, and excited for what the future holds. So I am bringing up Dr. Smith Jackson, and we are about to take off and launch. Dr. Smith Jackson is the former Vice President of Student Life at Elon University, and he recently retired. Let's give it up for retirement. He was there at the beginning of our movement. He was the administrator there at Elon when all of this was taking place. He was part of helping us get established as Elon being our host site, which they still are, and they're still committed to. He's a champion. He's been a mentor to those of us who have helped lead the organization, and we owe a debt of gratitude to him and everyone at Elon for their support these nearly 30 years. He is going to lead us in a toast, and immediately following his words, we are going to count to 10, and then we are going to officially launch NC Campus Engagement. Let's get ready to raise the roof, Dr. Jackson.
Well, thank you so much, Leslie, and thank you and Renee for another splendid event. And the great work that you do. You really are both the rudder and the sails of this ship, and you are an inspiration, both of you, and our guiding light. So thanks so much for the great work you've done and you continue to do. So I will tell you when to raise your glasses for the actual toast, but I'll preface it by saying that I am pleased to offer a toast on this auspicious and thrilling occasion as we do honor our history and we fully embrace a new beginning, a new era of community and civic engagement in North Carolina. So please join me, not quite yet, in toast to the pioneering students and staff who formed the North Carolina Campus Volunteers in 1993 to unite the community service efforts that were erupting across the state. To the visionary presidents and chancellors who came together in 2002 to establish Campus Compact to provide coordinated leadership in the state and to connect with the national community engagement and civic engagement enterprise. To all who deepened and strengthened this movement in North Carolina for the past 20 years through the engagement of 40 higher education institutions to enact their commitment to their public service missions. To those of you here today who bear witness to this important evolution of our 30 years collaborative movement. And now you can raise your glasses. As we launch North Carolina Campus Engagement, may we do so boldly with a renewed sense of purpose to work collectively to prepare an educated, engaged citizenry, to work tirelessly to address pressing community and societal issues with those in the communities in which we live, and to ensure the vitality of our democracy for now and for future educations. Here's to North Carolina Campus Engagement.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. All right, we're going to put our countdown up and we're going to get ready to launch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to NC State. Have a good rest of your time together announcing your winners. Everyone safe travels and just keep on keeping on with this important work. Thank you all.